Hey guys, Credible Crypto here. I wanted to make a short-term update, kind of like a daily update on what I'm seeing now. I'm looking at possibly entering a short very soon, and I'm going to explain my reasoning behind it and also what I'm seeing as far as our two scenarios are concerned, the bullish and the bearish counts that I talked about in my last YouTube video. So in my last YouTube video, this is the bullish count that we talked about, and in the bullish count, we had us making a corrective move, which I lean towards it being a flat. So in a flat, you have a three-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, followed by another three-wave structure, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, and then a five-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete the flat, right? So this would be the flat wave. We'd have the first move motive wave to the upside, or first impulse move to the upside. Then we have a flat wave, and then we have the next impulse move to the upside. That was the bearish count, guys. That being said, at this point, we're now channeling sideways again in a very corrective manner. And so I believe the next move will be down. I'm looking to short a move down to about $3,400 from where we are now at around $3,700. That doesn't necessarily invalidate the bullish count, but it does weaken it a bit because now this particular flat will no longer be valid if we lose this low here at 34.75. And all that means is that this could still be a corrective wave before move to the upside, but it's going to be a more complex correction. And so right now, just based off what I'm seeing, guys, the bearish count actually looks like it's a little bit more likely to me now. Before, I was thinking the bullish count looked a little bit more likely, but with recent developments, this count is starting to look a little bit more likely to me. As you can see in this particular count, we'd make a move to the bottom of the triangle here at, again, about 3,400. So in both cases, it seems like the move to 3,400 is due. So that's why I'm looking at short at the moment, because either count that I look at, it looks like a move down is the next most likely move. Now, the arguments for that being, first off, as I've said many times before, and I'm sure you guys are now well aware, corrective moves with an Elliott wave tend to channel very well. As you can see, this particular move here, this particular chop that we've been getting, a sideways move, is channeling very well. Let's see if I can get this a little bit more visible. Yeah, so it's channeling very well within this channel, which indicates that it's most likely going to be a corrective move. We had a strong move to the downside in what looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. And so I believe this is a corrective wave before we get another wave to the downside, as explained in my last video. If you guys haven't seen it, I made it yesterday. I'd recommend watching it if you haven't already. But basically, this looks like a correction to this wave, and I'm expecting one more move to the downside. Now, on top of that, if we look at the daily chart, we can see that we had a really nasty daily candle yesterday. We had a massive wick to the upside from 37.62 all the way down to 36.82, about a $100 wick. We ran up above this last high, cleared the stops, and took the liquidity in this area, and then we ended up closing below it. As you price action traders may know, that's something called a SFP, a swing failure pattern, in which we clear the local highs, the local lows, or the swing highs or the swing lows, take the liquidity that's resting above it in the form of stop orders, and then close back below it. Normally in that case, we'd see a move down to the bottom of the range, and we'd look to aim to take liquidity below there. So that would be a move down below 34.80. And again, I'm expecting a move down to around 3,400 based on both my counts. So everything right now looks good for a move to the downside. On the shorter time frames, if we look at the hourly, for example, I can see a possible one more wave to the upside, possibly a truncated wave not clearing these highs, just getting one last fifth wave. I'm not sure where this particular impulsive wave starts. It could start here, and this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could still get our fifth. Or it could start here, and this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm still looking for the fifth. Either way, I think it's very possible that we get one more wave to the upside. So I'll be looking out for that to open some shorts. The next thing that we're going to look for, guys, is a move below this level here around 36.30, and then the final straw is going to be a loss of this level here around 35.44. Once we lose this 35.44 level, I then believe a move down to the 3,400s is going to be imminent, and I don't think anything can stop it at that point. I think we're going to head down to 3,400s. Now the question is, As you can see, the bottom of this trend line is right about 3,400. In the bullish case, our bottom of our channel here is a little bit lower, right? So it's about 3360, right? So depending on where we bounce on this drop, that might give us a better indication of whether we're seeing the bullish scenario or the bearish scenario playing out. Most likely, what I'll do is I already have short orders set to trigger on a loss of 35.40, some stop sell orders, and I'll be taking profit on those at around this bottom trend line around 3,400 to be safe. So I'll likely take some profits on those around 3,400 to be safe, partial profits most likely, and hold on to the rest in case we decide to just head lower. So there's one more scenario that I want to mention real quick. It's neither my bullish nor my bearish primary count, but it's something to keep in mind. I don't think it's super likely, but we have to keep it in mind nonetheless. If we happen to drop from here and we just dump straight through this trend line here, this trend line support, if we just drop right through it, then it's possible, and I'd have to relook at the count to figure out how this would work, but it's possible that we're just starting another impulsive move to the downside from this local high here. So that's a 5-wave move, correction, and then a wave 3. Rather than this being an A, B, C, if we dump right through this could just be part of a larger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's something to keep in mind. I don't think it's likely right now based off of the prior wave action, but it's something that I'm keeping in mind. So guys, basically just want to make this quick update to show you guys that I'll be looking to go short very soon, possibly looking for one more wave to the upside before I manually enter some market shorts. However, if we don't get that wave to the upside, I have short set to trigger at a loss of 34.40, and I may or may not open some upon losing key levels like 36.50 or 35.81. Just want to get this quick update for you guys out so you can see what I'm looking at. And again, just to summarize, overall short-term bearish and immediately looking for a move to the 3,400 level within the next couple of days. All right, thanks, guys. Guys, I want to share one more thing with you before I wrap up the video that I forgot, so I'm adding it here at the end. This short position that we're looking to take here, we have to keep in mind that if this, in the bullish case, if this really was the bottom of this 5-way move to the downside, it's still possible that we're starting to make a impulsive move to the upside. So we can't just rule that out yet, even though I think it looks very unlikely based on the price action of the last day here. It's not something that we can rule out until we lose these lows at 35.40. So keep in mind, if you, like me, are looking to short in the 3,700s after this next wave up, it is risky. You need to have your stop losses set because there's a chance that if we break above this 3,800 level, we could just continue straight up, right? The safest play, or should I say the most conservative play at this point in time, would be shorting a loss of 35.40, because at that point we've moved below the start of this impulsive move or this C wave or whatever type of move to the upside this is. So at that point, we're confident that this 3-wave move is now complete. We're confident that this 3-wave move is not actually a 5-wave move to the upside because it gets invalidated. So at that point, you can conservatively short as opposed to trying to short up here where you'll need to. I mean, in any case, you'll need to set a stop loss. My point is that if you short up here, you're shorting at a point where we haven't yet invalidated this possibility. Even though this possibility looks very unlikely, it's still valid until we lose 35.40. So again, I just want to add that in. If you're looking to short these levels, keep in mind that TA is a method to see various possibilities and to trade when you have the highest percentage or highest odds of making a successful trade, but it's never guaranteed. So there's no guarantee that we can't continue up from here. And in fact, we do have a possible count that allows that, even though it looks unlikely. Just wanted to add that in, guys.